New Miles Monday, we'll go miles on this ride. New Miles Monday, with some miles on the side.
Let's open a Backun Essence clarinet. Cocobolo wood, silver-plated keys, gold-plated posts, low F vent. They also offer this instrument with a lined bore, but that's not what this one is. I have some of those on order. I have one of those in an A clarinet, I believe it's Grenadilla, in stock, but still waiting on those to come in for the B-flat version. But in the meantime, let's check out this non-lined version. On initial glance, it might look like these are the very same or very similar cases, the BAM cases that Backun's been using for a while, but they're not. They're a bit nicer, actually. Just saw it. Yes. Marcus Bona cases. That's a really nice touch. Switch up my camera holder here. Oh, that is one of my favorite Cocobolo bells I have ever seen. Love that one. Oh, good barrel too. I really like when they're extra orange. Yeah, that one's pretty good. That's the 66 and the 65. Ooh, that'd be perfect for me because I usually use the 65. Okay, we've got all kinds of neat features on this. The usual center carbon fiber socket ring, really like that. It looks nice and definitely provides some extra insurance for, from damage for one of the thinnest parts of the wood on the whole instrument. Probably my absolute favorite feature, if I had to just pick one, that low F vent right there. Seems like this one's set up very well. Something I've noticed a lot of people don't quite realize, when that closes on the low E right there, there should be just a teensy tiny little bit of wiggle there. It actually should not fully close. Basically as close as you can get it without it fully closing. When it closes with the register key, however, so that'd be the register key connects to a special bridge right there that will close that, then it should fully close. So it should be absolutely nails when closed with the register key, but when closed with the EB key, we want just a whisper of wiggle right there. Yeah, good looking instrument. The silver plated keys have been with gold posts have been super popular lately. I like the all silver as my favorite. I don't dislike this, but just personal preference on that. Really dig the thumb rest right here. Built-in ring, nice and adjustable. You can adjust left and right as well as up and down. It's a cool mechanism. And the upper joint, the board does get pretty small, so we do have the Pinocchio or hasty pad or whatever you want to call that little insert right there that goes into the register tube. It's a screwed in register tube, similar to how in oboe's octave tube would be. There's your second bridge right there. That's what's going to activate the low F vent. And then other typical Backun features on here, modular post system. I kind of sculpted trill keys, which I really, really like. I like how the F-sharp trill has to hit the E-flat, B-flat key there. It's not independent, so it makes it much tougher for that to get bent or damaged if it takes a little bump. All right, let's see how it does on the mag machine. Okay, if it's your first time seeing this, the way this works, I will put a plug in the bottom. I will essentially finger C to close all the holes. I will put this hose into the top of the instrument, turn on that mag machine. It'll make a weird humming sound, and we'll see where that dial is at. The lower, the better. Okay, ready, set, go. All right, so we're sub 2 on this, which is not bad. I want that a little bit better, though. I will see where that bit of leakage is coming from. So I'm pressing the throat A and A flat keys right there. I gain almost a half point, so might be some minor reseating on those. Now I'm just kind of pushing the trill keys a little bit here, and so we're almost all the way down to 1 right there. So probably 10, 15 minutes of reseating some pads, and we'll get that down to 1 or less. And I really like that for either a brand new instrument or a freshly overhauled instrument. I really like that to be at 1.0 or less. But not bad. I see far worse than that all the time. And this thing's fresh out of the box, too. I'd be a little out of adjustment if I took a car ride from California to New York as well. Let's check the bottom. Same thing, just essentially I'm going to finger low E. And I am going to have to use my other hand, because remember, on low E, the F correction doesn't quite close all the way. So I'll actually have to use my free hand to make sure that closes all the way, or else that's going to give us a bit of a weird reading. Let's do that. That one's a little higher, though, still. Still way better than the majority of the instruments I see, fresh out of the box, but yeah, this one's going to need a bit more adjusting. Pressing the A-flat, E-flat key there. Gained, geez, almost a full point. So yeah, some more reseating on this one before it's ready to go out to its new home, wherever that may be. But yeah, good looking instrument for sure. Yeah, I've been really happy with these. I like that there's something a bit more affordable than the MOBAs or Lumieres that does include the low F correction key. I really like how Backun's is fully automatic. You don't have to like awkwardly hit a key down here with your thumb, a lever technically, like you do have to on some other instruments that have this. So yeah, big fan of that. Okay, I made those adjustments. I think we're right at about 1 on the nose for both of these. Let's try the upper joint first here. And yep, I'll take that. Yeah, 0.095 or so, just below the 1. 1 or less is totally acceptable in my book. And the lower joint, finished that a few minutes ago. Let's see if it's still in pretty good adjustment here. helps when my fingers cover the holes all the way, but it might be falling just short of the desired number here. Ooh, that is close. So, tiny, about a 1.1. So I want 1.0 or less. I'm pretty sure we can get there without much trouble. So I'll circle back and retouch up a few things on this one. So very close, just about there. If anybody can tell the difference point between 1.0 and 1.1 on the lower joint of a B-flat clarinet, I would love to see that. But just for my own purposes and my own standards, I would like to get another 0.1 down on the machine there. So I'll make sure I do that before anybody actually plays this instrument. So real quick, I was getting out the 3 Essence clarinets I have in stock, and I noticed the other B-flat did not come in a Marcus Bona case. It's this other case, which I really like. Kind of like this leather. I don't know if it's real leather or faux leather on the top there. I kind of dig it, though. And then depending on, my travel needs or wherever I was taking it, I might like this a little bit better, actually. I'm not sure what I like better. The Bona is really nice because it suspends the instrument, so there's no pressure on the keys. I'm not sure if this is a BAM case. The inside is kind of giving BAM vibes with the material. I don't see a BAM label or tag anywhere on it, so I'm not sure who makes this case. That is all to say, I like whatever it is. It's the right amount of firmness versus cushiness right there. But yeah, just wanted to give a heads up. Maybe they don't all come in Bona cases. And then I know the A clarinet I got was one of the very first ones, and that is actually in the typical BAM trekking double case that most Backun A clarinets come in. So a variety of cases, I guess I'd say. If exactly which case you get is important to you, maybe reach out about that before placing an order. So here's the lineup of what I have in stock so far. I've got Grenadilla, all silver, both keys and posts, with the F vent right there. Low F correction key, I keep calling it, Backun calls it an F vent, so I should work on calling it exactly that. So the F vent right there, the Cocobolo that we just looked at, silver keys, gold posts, and F vent. And then the A clarinet I have is Grenadilla, all silver, F vent, and then the easiest way to tell if it's a lined bore, see this right here. See how the wood just stops having the grain right there. That's an easy way to tell without having to look down the bore, hold it up to the light, see is that bore lined? I'm not sure. It's always going to have that black ring on it right there, whereas we do not have that on either of the clarinets without the lined bore. So, quick way to tell if it's got the lined bore. And last but not least, I just want to mention that the Essence barrels and bells are both available. I am all out of the bells. I sold them all. I'm going to try to get some more pretty soon here. Pretty good on the barrels. Probably the biggest stock I've had since this was released. So I just got a few more yesterday in stock, but pretty good smattering of the different sizes available in both Cocobolo and Grenadilla. So if you're not ready for an entire $7,000 plus instrument, maybe a $200 barrel is a little bit more your speed. And they are really nice barrels. Those are, for me, I'm going to have to spend some more time with them, but they're really going to go toe to toe with my current favorite, the Backun Fat Boy. But boy, it's going to be close. And they're the same price as the Fat Boy, too, which is cool. So not even Backun's most expensive barrel. I really like them. It has a lot of the characteristics of the Fat Boy, but I feel like I might be able to change up and be a little more flexible with my sound when I play it, even more so than the Fat Boy, which is my favorite thing about the Fat Boy. So, yeah, time will tell on that. I got to try them out some more. But, if you want just a barrel, I got those, too.
New miles Monday. We'll go miles on this ride. New miles Monday with some miles on the side.